What's going on, it's the RapNerd, and I'm here today to talk about the newest entry in the Hell House LLC franchise that just dropped yesterday on Shudder, called Hell House LLC Origins: The Carmichael Manor. Now, I would definitely suggest that you watch at least the first movie in the franchise to understand what's going on here. It would even help more if you saw all three films. There are three films prior to this one. So to start, before I can get into this movie, I kind of got to explain a little bit about the franchise. And it is a found footage haunted house Halloween franchise. So in the original movie, it's this group of people who buy this abandoned hotel to put on a haunted house during October. And of course, things go poorly. As the movie goes on, you find out that there's a really dark secret behind the hotel, and it's expounded upon in the second movie and the third movie. So now this movie here, The Carmichael Manor, is a sequel to those films, but it also uncovers lore of the first three, adding to the story. So I went into this thinking that it was a prequel, but I was wrong. It's in modern day, but it just has some footage from prior to all of these events. So it's kind of a culmination of new discoveries, old information to help boost the lore already built through the first three films. Now, this kind of takes a pivot from the other three, because the other three, again, were all surrounded by this place that they rented out, which is called the Abaddon Hotel, to do a haunted house show for people to come. Here, this is just like a typical haunted house. They go to the Carmichael Manor because there were some murders that happened and a lot of paranormal activity. So you have these two girls who really like to go to different places to kind of try and solve unsolved mysteries, and they stay at these locations to see if they can find information on it. So this time they go to the Carmichael to try and figure out what happened the night of the murders, because a son and a dad killed the mom and the sisters and left, and they disappeared. So it's been unsolved about who did this. There hasn't been much of any resolve. So these two girls are here to figure it out. And like I said, it's called Carmichael Manor. So it's this huge house, and that in itself makes this atmosphere extremely scary and tension filled, because this isn't just a regular house. When we're talking about a building with multiple rooms downstairs, sitting on acres, surrounded by nothing but woods. So the claustrophobia is already there. And unlike the other Hell House movies where it's like a group of people, it's a large cast and a lot of people getting fucked with, hit back and forth, this is just three people. So like I said, it's two girls and one of the girls' brother who shows up. And you gotta excuse me when it comes to the names. I didn't really go back and look at anything. I'm just going off top. It's just those three, so you can imagine how claustrophobic this is. And I gotta say, this movie was a very good time. Super good time. Me and my wife watched it last night, had the lights off. If you watch found footage movies and you are a fan of found footage movies, then you know exactly what I mean. I love them for this exact reason right here, because when they're done at least decent, they make a very fun experience to watch. And this is the perfect one to watch today. If you're having a watch party with some friends or family, you can throw this on, and I'm sure that this will definitely provide the scares. And like I said earlier, I would suggest watching the first one to know what you're doing. But honestly, if you don't watch any of those movies, this film provides enough to just watch this movie as is, because it doesn't lean super duper heavy on the other films. It does have little scenes cut in and out to let you know, like, okay, there was some stuff that went on before. But if you have no knowledge of those, this doesn't mess the experience up. It's just kind of like, oh, this is extra information. Because the good thing about this film is it provides more to the lore, but it also carves out its own lore within the film itself. Because one of the main girls, she experienced some trauma herself as a kid, and that's what put her on the path to trying to solve these unsolved mysteries. And while you're on this journey with them, you learn more about her and why she's even there. It just opens up so well once the story really gets going, because in true Hell House form, it's a mockumentary. So you have the found footage being played, and then you have people who knew them or were reported on it cutting in and out, talking about the situation and giving us just a lot of information. The way these movies work, and any found footage movie that does that, where they have people inserted into the footage to talk about things, it's a great way to provide exposition and not feel heavy-handed, because it's like, okay, you have people talking about the situation and giving their research and their ideas on it. So it just helps build up the story so much. And I love the way they edit it, because once you start getting into the meat of the story, once you cut to the people who are doing their commentary, they'll say something like, they really, had a good idea of what they were doing, but night 3 is when things really got crazy, and then it goes to night 3, and it just sets you up like, oh shit, we're about to get into some shit for real. I will say, watching the 3 prior movies does enhance the experience, because there are definitely callbacks and things from those movies that, if you've seen them, it makes them even more scary. Like, there's some dummies that are in some rooms of the house, and what they do with that is just, it made my skin crawl and had me in there like this because of how they were treated in the last film. So again, you don't have to watch them, but they do enhance the experience. And I know it's Halloween, so, and if you're just wanting to check out that movie, chances are you're not going to run through all 3 movies today, but you can watch this one and enjoy it on its own. And Shudder, they got one. And if Shudder, if you are watching, put all of these movies out on physical. I think the first one is out on DVD. Didn't buy it yet. I'm holding out, hoping that somebody will come through and release like some type of Blu-ray set, because these are some of my favorite found footage movies, and it's a plus because they're on Halloween. I'm one of those people that I'm really into found footage movies. A lot of people hate them, but again, for me, like I said earlier, if they're done decently, I enjoy them because I think they're very effective in being able to have a great and scary experience because of the way the camera moves and the need to keep the camera on. And that's another thing about the film. There are typical moments that you would expect from a found footage film where it doesn't make sense why they would film that, but whatever. And moments where it's like, why would you do that? If you heard a door open and nobody else did it, why would you go towards the door? So there are those things that kind of trouble all found footage movies, but again, I'm used to the genre, so it didn't really bother me. So if you've seen Carmichael Manor, let me know in the comments what you think about it, and if you have seen all the movies, where would you rank this one amongst the prior 3? And I want to wish everyone a happy Halloween. Enjoy your day, enjoy your night. If you got little ones, enjoy trick-or-treating, get all the candy you want, go to a costume party, enjoy the day. It's one of my favorite holidays. So if you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe, and if you already are subscribed, thank you, and until next time, peace.
RapNerd Productions, no capping, that's word to mommy.